All right, good Thursday morning, everybody, and good morning, Thien Ho. He's our East River Sacred Hoops 16 and under girls coach. Thanks for being with us, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Rich.
You know, the thing I want to talk about is, we just had our first tournament. A lot of our teams were able to participate in the first tournament. You took your girls down to Sioux City, Iowa. What was your overall impression? What did you learn about your girls and just your thoughts on their play?
I thought it was a very strong weekend. We went 3-1, and being the first opportunity for me to coach these girls in live competition, I have a very balanced team, a very deep team, and things just really clicked for them quickly. I compare it to past experiences and whatnot, but the pace that they're gelling, offensive flow. All those little things, they're moving at a good pace. And I told the girls, yes, we didn't walk out of there with the championship, and that's okay, but it was just a really strong start to the summer season.
I wanted to ask you in particular that there was one game that kind of caught the attention of the gym there. It's when your girls squared off against Kirk Beebout's 17 and under girls. And, Kirk's got himself a squad again this year. Those girls play defense. And they kind of took it to you in the first half. I feel like their pressure really got to you a little bit. But on the back end of that, I thought your girls responded terrific at halftime. I mean, they really got back in the game. They played even Stevens with Beebout's squad the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's interesting because we practice with those girls, so we're very familiar with them. And then whenever you get in a situation where you're the younger team and you're playing against the older team, I think to a certain degree there's a bit of a mental edge, that the other team has. And, starting that game off, we were a little rattled, I feel like, and we were doing some things that we typically don't do. But we kind of settled in, dug in, and, we finished that game really strong.
Yeah.
And, hats off, though, to Beebout Squad. He's a great coach. And those girls, I coached half or more than half of them last year. And they've had a few great additions. So they're just a strong team. And I tell the girls, we're just fortunate to be able to play and practice against them. It's just going to help us get better.
Did you coach Mia Parsley last year? Was that somebody that was on your squad?
Yes, Mia was on my team last
year.
So
since I don't have Kirk here on the same line with you, I wanted to ask you a little bit about her because she really caught my attention. That girl is scrappy. She will get on the floor. She will compete, and she will run. I mean, I just really love her as a player. The energy that she brings is just outstanding.
Oh yeah, Mia's a beast. And I tell her all the time she's farm strong. I kind of tease her about how whenever she comes to practice, I always ask her if she got her chores done. And I even told my girls before we played her, I told my four, Hadley, I said, you got to be ready for Mia. She is strong, because Mia's slightly undersized for a four, but she makes up for it with her strength. Her tenacity, her energy, she's always going 100%. So, yeah, she's a great player.
I'm going out of sequential order here, but I wanted to get back to that game with you and Kirk Beebout and your girls. What happened at halftime? Because the intensity for your girls really just changed. I mean, they've been kind of turnover ridden, I felt like, in the first half. And what was it? I mean, what did you say to them? Or what was it? They came out looking scrappy in that second half.
I think we just talked about settling in. It's just a basketball game. We have to play it up to our potential. We can't – I talk to them about this all the time. We can't allow other teams or defenses to dictate what we do necessarily. We want to dictate what the defenses do. And one thing that helped is we jumped – in that second half, we jumped into a press. And, and looking back as a coach, I think that was something maybe I should have done. Or should have did a little earlier. But, it happens, a little nerves, and we just got out of it and started playing some ball.
They talk about the improvements in a lot of sports, from game 1 to 2, and particularly in football. You've got another tournament up this coming, I think, this weekend. What was something that you talked about the girls or you're thinking about improving heading into this next tournament so quickly?
And I had a Zoom meeting with my girls just yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever it was. And one thing we focused on and we talked about what we're going to do better and work on to do better this coming weekend is just that offensive flow. we got to find that balance of when to push in transition, but when that's not there, in summer ball, there is no shot clock. So us executing our offense, being on the same page, one of those things I always say is play fast, but not in a hurry. So that's something we're going to continue to really work on this afternoon in practice, is just getting on the same page, working for the shot we want, not working for the shot that we're forced to take.
I wanted to
And
ask,
just, yeah, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's just the idea of continuing to gel. It's such an interesting process being in summer ball. So it's just continue to gel and getting on the same page.
So I made it a point to come over and watch your girls team a couple times, leaning in, taking videos, photos of the girls and stuff. But one of the girls that really caught my attention that I don't know a lot about is the Bly girl. I believe she's from Garrettson. She's pretty tall, lanky. She scores in a lot of ways. I was really impressed with her, and I'm wondering if you could just give us a little insight on her as a player.
Yeah, Logan, Logan is a girl with a ton of potential. And, when I was talking with her and the girls the other night, when I was speaking with her specifically, I told her I thought this was going to be a really big summer for her, just in terms of opening her eyes and getting her into that mindset where she could do anything.
Right.
It's interesting because so often coaches, players, you kind of get into your lane, like, this is my role, this is what's going to be expected of me, and this is what I'll be doing this coming season. And I told her, just open it up. You could do anything, you could be anyone, because of your physical tools, because of your versatility. You have such a high ceiling. So I was just telling her, just embrace it, run with it, and just have an open attitude.